Hello, and welcome to Accounts Playable, where we take stock of our latest episode. This is an after show, not a before show. So if you haven't watched the latest episode yet, episode 3, go back, come back. We'll still be here. So, Jasmine, Xavier, how you doing?
Great.
Jazz?
We were very excited that we had to sit next to each other.
Oh, absolutely. I was going to say the gruesome twosome. And let me offer
Twosome. Oh, you know what it is. You know us.
an affinity for honey sticks among our friends. I'm jazzed about it. I'm jazzed that you're both honey stick aficionados. Not many people know that these are also backstage treats.
You did this to me.
I did this
I
to
didn't
you.
know about them.
You didn't know about honey sticks?
No.
And now you know about honey sticks. These are the orange blossom ones. I hope that's acceptable as an
They are.
offering. Good stuff. I am
We
delighted.
discovered that if you put these on white cheddar popcorn,
Shit.
they bang.
Does it have a name yet, or are we just discovering this?
Ooh.
Xavier pops.
Xavier Pops? Xavier Pops!
Well, we're gonna put the honey in one of the little bags and then shake it up.
Oh.
And then eat them and see what
So
that does to it.
concoctions are being concocted.
Yes.
More than just simple personality chemistry here.
Yeah.
We're doing some gastronomy. All right, so it's been a great day for Bobby. It's been a similar great day for Certainty, but it
Both of
didn't
us.
start off great, but it turned the fuck around, I think. I think personally. So how does Bobby perceive Certainty? Part 1. Part 2, what kind of management techniques does Certainty plan to employ in developing Bobby as an asset employee, friend employee?
Bobby believes that Certainty is what Bobby is not. Bobby is brash. He runs in head first into anything, which without thinking about stuff. I was ready to try to mess with all that Tomb stuff. And she said, slow down. I feel like Certainty is the yin to Bobby's yang. They work very well together. And then when Bobby takes a second to step away and go, you know what? I think she's right. And then acts, things turn out a lot better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are there any specific techniques that say Certainty is thinking of employing in developing this relationship? Are you managing this in any way, or is it simply just a matter of open communication?
See, it's interesting because I feel like Certainty feels like Bobby and her have like a sibling rivalry.
Yes.
Like she does view him as competent and very useful, and she's used to being the useful one.
Okay. Yeah.
But she's also figured out that he's a big lug that she needs. Like, you know, she figures out how to get the war pick to not kill them, and she needs him to swing that proverbial war pick. And so I think she motivates him through the thing her dad doesn't use as much of, which is positive reinforcement. Instead of manipulation of like, you know, oh, Bobby, those big muscles. I bet you could just swing this and kill the thing. But, you know, we're still going to occasionally talk about pooping in each other's shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
exactly.
it's about redirecting that energy.
Yeah.
Being like water.
You're out here going through these dungeons. You need a little bit of levity.
Yeah.
Or you're just gonna fall
Everybody
apart.
needs a little bit of that. Yeah, exactly. This is perfect that you brought up the cool-ass German pick. Chippy.
Yes,
It sounds like
Chippy!
Ludwig von Drake a little
Yeah,
bit.
yes.
Very interesting. So, I have a question for you. A talking weapon is never a good sign, and yet you got one. So my question is, oh no?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Why? Oh no! I feel like a talking weapon, especially if he's of the right mind and wants to help you.
Okay.
It's a great thing because there was stuff about that area that we knew nothing about. And we just
That's
asked
true.
him. He's from there. He knows what's up, and he told us. And now we all have weapons that are on fire if we chose to, if we wanted them.
I get it. So it's kind of like getting a local to show you around town.
Exactly.
There
but
you
a
go.
nice one.
A nice
Not
one.
one who's gonna like take you to some back alley and take all your cash.
That one who's secretly running a rift.
Yeah, you're not gonna wake
That
up with a
we
liver
know of.
missing.
That we know of.
This is true.
Yeah.
Right. So we also saw some interesting numerology moment. This was a very fun demonstration of the sudden belief in superstition that everyone has around the table. We got 6, 6, and then 6, the number of the beast,
Yes.
in
Yeah.
episode 3.
Yeah.
And then 9 damage was done. 6 and 9, nice. The blessing of Asmodeus. What do we think? Does this portend anything? Do you think that this is going to mean something for the whole game, for just the Chris games? What are we feeling here?
The reason we're in this mess is because I got a very insane roll in a live game, right? Like the fact that on the 15th anniversary of Ack Inc., I rolled a 15 and
Oh, it was
Crawford
14 at the time, exactly. Yes,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
was with the
14
with the modifiers.
on the anniversary with the modifiers, exactly 14 for 14 years back in time. I 100% think it means something.
It's the bond. The sibling rivalry.
Bonds. It's a little bit evil, and that's kind of good.
Yeah. If we're not a little bit evil, what's the point?
It's true.
You want to live for a long time, real bored, or live for a shorter time and have a blast?
This is what I'm saying now. just to flip the script a little bit, Jasmine, I'm going to quote you. I just really like rules. Really, I ask again, how could you do this to Uncle Jim? How does it feel to be an absolute class traitor? Answer in your own time.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm normally DMing, and I am so defensive over my DMs that when I see them, not even forget a rule, but overlook a rule or choose to do it, and then I see people online say, how can Chris Perkins, Jeremy Crawford not know the rules for this? There's a part of me that's like, don't you dare talk about my fucking DMs. So when I'm the person that wants to help them and be like, I know someone's gonna be like, actually, this always misses on one. So of course I have to swoop in because I know what it's like to be in that seat. And so I always help my DMs first. And I know that makes me a traitor.
Well, so let me, it sounds to me, what I'm hearing from you is rather than a traitor, you're doing this for the haters.
Yeah.
Because you want to make sure, no, we got you.
No, leave my DMs alone. I'll take that aggro. But I also I really love rules. Like a lot. This is why I like Warhammer.
You had it and you lost it. You
I
had it and you
know,
lost it, I gotta
But
say.
also, since we did follow those rules, it made for a much funnier fight.
It absolutely did.
It
Honestly,
did.
as a longtime watcher of the AIs, I am always happy when
We wanna
Jim Dark
see-
Magic can eat shit.
Jim should die on the Crying Rock 3 times.
He does 3 times.
That's also a fortuitous number.
Yes.
He should collapse on the Crying Rock 3 times.
This is starting to feel biblical in a way I'm not comfortable
with
with.
3 magic missiles exploding in his face for 3 like it needs to
I
happen.
want to get stricken
that way.
down.
Yeah, something's. We gotta have to. I don't know what we're gonna have to do, but we're gonna have to draw some patterns on the floor. We're gonna have to get some various
Smudge.
waters, some smudging. Smoke's
Yeah.
gonna be involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was the last episode we filmed before
What
we
flavor
got
is this?
shit by Orange Blossom.
Sorry, this one is better.
You like it?
Yeah.
Good. That was good. I'm glad. So, do we think regular flame as a call and response? Do we think it has any potentiality as a call and response, or do we think it's green flame is green flame is green flame? Do we think there's room for regular flame in the franchise?
There's room for all types of flame. What will determine that is how bad do the people want the flame?
That's true.
Do the
All
people
flames.
only want the green flame, or are the people willing to expand their knowledge of the flame? Because now we have weapons covered in flame. Will they besmirch that gift? Will they block that blessing? Or will they accept it into their hearts?
I have nothing to say to that. All I will do is move on. What do we think Obsidian Cancer does? Well said. I'll move on. From the Discord, Matt RBGKF asks, what's the strangest animal that has wandered through your workspace while you were working? This is just a regular, everyday question. This is asking Jasmine and Xavier specifically.
Specifically workspace?
Yes. The strangest animal that has walked through your workspace. Now, you work in a variety of environments.
Yeah.
So if an animal has occurred and you were like, that was unexpected.
A monitor lizard.
Wow.
What is it?
While working in my, it's a huge lizard that has a bite that can give you a horrible disease because it feasts on rotted flesh. Yeah, and when I lived in Punjab, I was in my aunt's cauliflower garden and I was picking vegetables with my mom to take home. So I feel like that's kind of a job.
How did you avoid terrible disease? You just watched it, or?
It didn't attack me.
Okay.
But I remember seeing it, screaming, running inside, and telling my dad there was a dinosaur in the garden patch because it was the largest lizard I'd ever seen.
Josh, we need to get the lizard up on the screen at some point.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
monitor lizard.
Monitor
they're
lizard.
like this big.
Okay.
That's too much.
Jesus.
That's too much.
All right. How about you?
I don't know. So in my place of work, like quote unquote weird animals are normal. So like I've been at work
Sure.
and like seen a python.
To you, what is the strangest animal?
Probably a horse.
Okay.
Probably a horse. Yeah.
Okay.
at a wrestling show.
In the ring?
No,
Okay.
no.
We never got a horse in the ring. That's
No.
not. Okay.
I mean, someone probably has. I guarantee you it's
We'll
happened.
look that up.
Yeah.
But just a horse.
Yeah.
You're like, pythons? Super fine.
Just like putting on gear and be like, oh yeah, well, because there's a guy who had a snake, and there's been multiple people with
sure.
snakes, but
There's
you don't
been
hear
Jake
like
and Snake,
Jake
yeah.
the snake, but you
Yeah.
don't see
Yeah.
like Horace the horse. You know, like
Yeah.
There's not been a ragtime Cowboy Joe.
no.
Not that I know.
Which
That's gonna be my thing.
I would love that.
That's
Free
gonna be
gimmick.
my thing.
Fabulous. Doc Furin gave us the basis for this question. So, Wish is the mightiest spell a mortal creature can cast. By simply speaking aloud, you can alter the very foundations of reality in accord with your desires. We have seen in stark relief what certainty does with the use of the Wish spell. Outside of solving plot issues, what would Bobby do with Wish?
Bobby would wish that every time he took a bite of cheese, it tasted like the first time he ever had cheese.
Okay. I love it.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Not gonna like solve world hunger or
That kind of does.
It does for
him.
For me, yeah. And also in the place that we are, there's like a 900 worlds. How are we gonna?
That's true.
Is it gonna cover all that
Yeah.
stuff?
no, that's
No.
right. No, you're
If
right.
you're not looking out for you, who will?
That's all the time we have on Accounts Playable. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you after the next one.